Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
That was not in the right spot. Hi. Paint Liquor, James Meeks, Wad Tomato N. Hello, everyone. You didn't nap through the beginning? Wad, do you have a tendency to nap through all of the beginnings of our shows?
I think Wad's been sick, right?
Oh, right.
So
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Doing a lot more resting than normal, I believe.
I hope so. Feel better. Get better. Get healthy. Live your life to the fullest in the healthiest way possible. No, you've missed several. Avian, hello! Thank you for the sub. Welcome back, 16 months.
He might be here later.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He'll be here maybe soon. Too much caffeine? That is understandable. Well, I got this funny guy to be working on a little bit today. Back from this last week. Finishing him up. Yeah. Finished
What's this
up
guy's
the dragon.
name?
This is a what is? You can type
Angry yelling guy.
Yeah, angry yelling guy. It's a space marine or it's a Black Templar.
Black Templar.
Captain.
Black Templar.
Yeah. From Warhammer 40K.
From Warhammer.
Yeah. It's a shame because if this faction existed in 30K, I would paint all my guys like this. But it doesn't. Well, makes me sad. Well, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I sure as heck had an entertaining weekend. I did a lot of stuff this weekend.
What'd you do?
I painted a bit, which was cool. I was working on some Tau battle suits for a friend of mine. I played a bunch of Monster Hunter Rise, which is a really fun video game.
A video game? Okay.
Yeah, where you hunt big scary monsters.
As the title indicates.
Yep. It's awesome. It's really fun. It's one of those games where you can kind of just like. I mean, there's a lot of like. At the end of the day, you're there just like swinging a big stick at a monster,
Sure.
right? Which is just fun.
Yeah.
It's not like playing an MMO where you got to do all these things and blah blah blah. It's just one
Not
of those
work like Jason's spaceship building games.
Yeah, I don't have to like.
He does a lot of work.
There are like builds and there are like items, there's crafting, but it's at the end of the day, if you're just like sitting there smashing monsters, it's pretty fun.
And is it like on your computer or is it video game?
Yeah, it's on PC. It's also on Nintendo Switch. So I had it for Nintendo Switch. I don't know if I still do, but I played on PC mostly.
Creator, angry yelling guy. That's his name.
What's up, Lion Creative? Game Delay, hello. Professional Paint Liquor, hello. Yummy, yummy, I'm hungry for some good paints. Nope. No eating paints. Either one of you paint liquors.
Nope.
There are two of you now.
Felt bad killing the monsters.
Yeah, you really do. You have to slay a whole bunch of monsters in those games. Yeah, so I did that, and then on Sunday I went and hung out and played a bunch of Lorcana with Paul, which was fun.
Oh, nice.
So
How is it thanks to me? I mean, I'm glad that you're having fun with it. So I'll take that part of the credit. But it sounds like I'm making you do more work.
what's up, Mo? How you doing? Love your face.
Hello.
Yeah, the Monster Hunter games are a blast. They're really, really fun. Alright, where did I leave off on this guy?
And do you, when you play Cards with Paul, is that at at Samurai Comics?
I actually went up to Retro Exchange, which is down, down. It's up in Peoria.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like way closer to his house.
Okay.
The store. I also went on Saturday to go buy a bunch of singles, and the people that were running, like operating the store who worked there were like super nice, and I had a great experience. And I kind of sort of wanted to go back, and Paul's like, "Oh, I'd like to hang out, but can we do it up here?" Because like otherwise he'd have to like drive all the way over.
So you
here.
drove up there twice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This weekend for a drive.
So yeah, it was only like 23 minutes, 25 minutes either way.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's literally like there's like 4 turns total.
Oh, yeah.
I turn onto Indian School and I drive straight for like 13 minutes, and then I turn right onto whatever that big like road that goes super deep into like Peoria. And I just like drive straight on that, and then I turn into the parking lot basically.
Good. Easy.
So it was super easy.
Oh.
But yeah, super fun.
Okay, game delay. It was a suggestion, but I'm glad. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm not ever trying to make people have to do more work.
Making them do more work.
Painting a second model for the challenge.
Oh yeah. Who all here's doing a model for the November challenge? Hmm. How many of you? Throwing a little bit of brown wash on these metals that I've done already before I bring some highlights over them.
If you don't know what we're talking about when we talk about the monthly
Yes.
challenge, every month in our Discord, we host a painting challenge. Not a contest, not a competition. It's just a challenge, way to practice maybe some different techniques or use some different colors that you're not typically used to using. And they're really just for fun. Everybody gets feedback on their entry, and we give out some prizes.
This is a great low pressure way to have a good time trying some new techniques. And this month in particular is all autumn themed, so we have a limited color palette for this month where you can use, I believe it's 8 different colors that are predetermined. They're all listed in the challenge. What's the term for it? The
Discord. Eight doesn't seem like
a limited palette.
Yeah.
Well, two of them are white and black, so
okay.
It's I don't necessarily count those 2, even though you probably should. But it's 6 different colors.
T778 just got here, finished a mimic called Giga Mimic Protein Overlord.
What? Oh my goodness. This is like a mimic for like D&D or an RPG or something?
Treebeard said you can limit him more next time.
All right, you're getting 1
2
color.
colors. That's it. Make it work.
2 colors. That's easy. We got to go to 1.
1 color.
You only get 1 color. Or white, 1 color plus white and black. What a weird challenge that would be. 1 color with white and black.
Monochromatic. We've done that before. We did like all blue.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to use like a bunch of different colors of blue?
I think we just said it's blue.
Oh, okay.
You just have the model has to be blue. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But I painted some Star Wars thing.
That's cool.
Was that the blue one? I don't remember.
T778. Yeah, it's from Riftborn. Oh, that's cool. Beware the new mimic, who's coming for the party. Just adding this on here in small amounts, just getting the wash where it needs to go.
I really go right to the blue challenge?
Hmm?
I was looking to see how far back it went.
Oh, are you
this
trying to
one's not
find it?
blue. I was like, did I pick the right one? Oh yeah, I did. November 2020. They
Wow.
had to be sci-fi models, full dark space, and you could use only blue. You can mix tint, tone, and shade, white, gray, and black, to your blues, but no other colors allowed. Any blues count.
Okay, so you could use any blue. Nice. All right. Let's see here.
Punisher, the blue was the first one you participated in. It was November 2020. That was a long time ago.
I think we're gonna do his cape in red. I think that sounds like a good color to do.
Oh, Slavic T778 just posted that said just got here, finished a mimic called Giga Mimic Protein Overlord. We were
Protein Overlord.
Enjoying the name. Does Payne's Gray count as blue?
Uh,
Well, I mean, this challenge was from November 2020, so
Payne's Gray did not exist.
irrelevant. We didn't have Payne's Gray then.
Throwing some burnt red all over this cloak.
Everybody ready for this short week
That's-
of Thanksgiving?
I feel like it's not enough time. I'm like looking at my
I
calendar,
don't
like,
even-
oh my goodness.
I can't even. Carter was like, "Hey, what can I bring?" I'm like, "Whatever you want. Like, whatever you bring means I don't have to make it. So pick whatever you want, and I will not buy that."
Are you guys just doing you two and
Just us, yeah. Yeah.
What about Will and Carter? Will and Carter as well, or just you two?
No, William and Carter. That's,
Okay,
that's
that's
why I said Carter
the
was
four of you.
asking what he should bring.
Oh,
and I said,
okay, got it,
whatever
yeah.
you want.
I didn't hear the Carter part. Yeah. I kind of assumed so.
Jason doesn't bring anything.
Well,
he just shows
really?
up.
Oh, come on now.
He's already there.
He's like, I showed up.
I bring the entertainment. That's
Yeah,
what
I bring my entertainment to this party. You should all be happy.
JP Gray, that's false. You don't turn old this week. Yeah, Jason brings the charm.
He brings the charm. This is gonna be interesting. This is like the first like legitimate vacation where I've traveled somewhere I have taken in, oh my goodness, ever maybe. I don't think I've ever like, oh no, I guess technically the trip that I took earlier to Texas this year would count as well. But it wasn't quite as long. I don't travel very often.
Where it's just for fun.
Yeah.
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 I haven't traveled for fun since 2017.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Ever since I have not had a like parents to take me on trips, I don't think I've ever like taken a vacation aside from this year to like go do something that I want to do.
Aww. Slavic wants to know if you're headed to Washington.
Not this weekend. I will be heading to Washington towards the end of the year. I'm going. Well, technically, I'm going to Indianapolis first, and then I'm going to Washington for Christmas.
But right, this time you're just going to.
Yeah. No, this time I'm going to Boise.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, because my mom lives in
about
Boise,
Indiana.
my dad lives in Indianapolis, and then all the rest of my like friends and stuff are all live in Washington. So for Thanksgiving, my mom's flying me out to go visit her at her new house, which is super cool, and also to check out Boise, which will be nice because apparently it's really pretty over there, and then for the holidays, I'm going to Indianapolis to have Christmas with my dad and that part of my family, and then I'm going back home to Washington, and then I'm coming back here. So it's going to be a crazy bit of traveling for the next couple of months.
JP
Month and a
Gray, I know that was your vacation, but that does not sound like a vacation to me. Found unpainted towel in your house. You have a sudden need for fluorescent paints for some reason.
Well,
Look at that.
what do you know? We got you covered.
I mean, if you could wait a couple more days, we can get you some. We started shipping fluorescent paints to stores last week, and Newsh. Newsh is our new weathering medium.
Mm-hmm.
We started shipping those out to stores last week on Friday. We shipped a whole bunch out on Friday. So some stores may have it soon. They might put it up before Black Friday. They're allowed to do that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You can get it. They own the product. They can do whatever they want with
I
it.
guess so.
That's not exactly true, but they can sell it early if they want.
Yeah, we don't get upset with them if they sell
No,
it.
no. But if there's not a store nearby that sells Pro Acryl, you can get it from our website on Friday. 6 fluorescent colors available in singles, or as a set. 6 paint set, kind of like our signature colors. I believe it's $28.50
Plus Newsh,
plus Newsh.
which I'm actually going to use today. I have some plans to use it on this guy to put a little bit of kind of like dusty texture into the recesses of this guy's armor. I'm gonna use it really lightly though. It's gonna be pretty subtle, I think.
Slavic, are you asking us if any fluorescents ended up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin? That I don't know. If you've got a store local to you that carries Pro Acryl and you are interested in finding out if they have or if they will have the fluorescents and Newsh available on Friday, your best bet is to contact them directly. If you are not sure if there's a store nearby, I just posted a link. You can check it out.
We also have a solution for you.
Yeah.
And let's see here. It was Avian
Yeah.
Empanadas, Baby J. Yes, I in fact made a stipulation of my trip to Indianapolis that I needed to go back to the empanada place from Gen Con.
Uh-huh.
I told my dad, I was like, all right, hey, so when I'm there, one of the nights for dinner, I don't care which one it is, we have to go to this place.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So it's on the books. I believe we've made a reservation, although I should probably follow up on that. And we're gonna go get empanadas, much to hipster Gumby's dissatisfaction. He came up to me the other day. He's like, "I'm so mad that you're getting empanadas for Christmas."
Avian does have a question.
Yeah.
Said, I looked at the YouTube, the tutorials. I might be blind. Do you have a tutorial on how to get the various transparencies with the glaze wash medium?
We do not currently, but we are working on getting some new content up there for you guys. However, I can answer any and all questions that you have about the glaze and wash medium right here. Benefit of you being right here in stream, I can answer all these questions. So from the question, it sounds like you want a bit of an overview on how to use the glaze and wash medium to get various levels of transparency on your paints. Is this with any of our acrylics, or is this specifically with transparent paints? It's pretty similar, but the application is going to be a little different.
JP, no, this is a recording.
So just let me know, and I will happily show you.
And then Slavic had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of tau and fluorescents, how would you use Pro Acryl for pin washing spaces?
Like for like glowing vents and stuff like that. Is that Slovak? Yeah. If I were to do pin washing for vents and stuff like that, what I would do is I'd take a bright color, like a turquoise or something like that, and I would use the glaze and wash medium to make a wash. So I'd go I'd put like a little bit into a little mixing cup, like one of these guys. And then I would add like one part, so like one drop of turquoise to like 5, or maybe not 5, like 3 to 4 drops of glazed wash medium. And then I would add water to make it. Oh, oops! I just got a whole bunch of paint on my fingers. And I would add water to it to get a nice thin consistency. And then I would use that with a really fine brush, and I would just pin wash that into those crevices.
Jad or Deathwalker, is the new fluorescent red equal to the power salmon color to highlight red blood angles?
It's different. So you're talking about the what's the actual name of it? It's what's the name of the salmon color that Jason?
Eclectic salmon.
Eclectic
the one
salmon.
Oh, ours, the one that he mixed.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what you're
eclectic
asking.
salmon.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So no, eclectic salmon, which is the funky name for the orangey red color, is not the same as fluorescent red. So fluorescent red is it's a red color. It's very bright. It's incredibly vibrant and punchy. It will work when you mix it in as highlights, and I can kind of show you a little bit of that when I'm doing the red cape here today, because I'm going to use fluorescence on it. So I'll use that, and then I'll use I think he's got that little bottle of pre-mixed eclectic salmon that I could probably steal for a minute to kind of show you the difference. It's a different way of highlighting reds. So I'll show you the difference between those here in a little bit once this dries. That's why I'm working on some of this metal right here to let this all dry.
Professional paint liquor, don't eat the paint. That's all I'm gonna say. And it sounds like Avian is writing out the question.
Cool. Perfection. And I can probably work on building up this red. I'm going to highlight this with some bold pyro red. This is precious.
I mean, we don't lick our brushes, so technically that's false, because we never utilized your professional services.
Yes, we were directed by our HR representative Cora to avoid having anybody test paint by sticking it in their face in ways which involves them ingesting it. So the dog had it right.
Yeah.
Don't eat the paint.
Don't eat the paint.
That's why we employ the Paint Liquor 9000 to test the paint.
We did not ever employ professional paint liquor. We've
Also,
never hired a professional paint
that is
liquor
true.
ever.
We have never done that.
Because we don't do that.
There is no need to do it either. Hello, Megalodon. How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Your name not dark blue today.
Oh yeah. Your name is the appropriate color.
There's only one in the entire world, paint liquor. I think you're fine. But honestly, don't lick the paint. Don't eat the paint. Okay, here we go.
All right, hit me with it.
Baby J. For context, I was trying to do a metallic red.
Okay.
Like cherry red. I tried to do it with dark silver and silver and did a mix of glaze with burnt red. It did not quite work to my expectation. I then tried to do pearlescent with burnt red and metallic medium, also
Okay.
not to my desire. Finally tossed it into the jewelry cleaner with LA's Awesome. The Upside Pro Curl came off smoothly, so another reason to buy the product. You shouldn't have to, though. You shouldn't have to strip it.
So
No, I just wasn't. Only that one. It took me a second, and then context. I realized what you meant.
Okay. We're gonna try this on a shoulder pad real quick because this is an easy thing to show. And then I'm gonna need this. Yep, we're gonna need that. And then, yeah, we should be good. And then we'll have glaze and wash media. Oop, that's white primer. There it is. Alright, so I have silver and I have metallic medium here. I'm gonna base coat this shoulder pad in silver.
Deathwalker, I wouldn't pick any of those, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure they're all delicious because crumble cookies.
Oh my gosh.
But those flavors do nothing for me.
Brings me back to the strawberry shortcake crumble cookie. Oh, it was so good.
Summer only.
Oh, it was so good.
We have to hold out till next summer.
Oh, I will be partaking of a crumble cookie next summer. You best believe.
Is that only on July 4th? You only get strawberry shortcake on July 4th?
Wait, really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Deathwalker just said July 4th. Anything with cranberry is amazing. Not a huge cranberry fan. They're very tart.
I'm going to use the magical power of airbrush drying to speed this up. We put 2 coats on here to get a nice smooth coat.
You know, you're not wrong. I wasn't a huge fan of the cranberries. They were fine. Crumble cookies are so extra. I look at them and I've had enough. We cut them up. Someone sent us some for our anniversary on July 4th. And there were, I think, 4 in the box, and we had to cut them into quarters.
Yeah, I ate them a quarter at a time.
ETA for the Sable brush set. So here's the thing, Josh. The set is only out of stock because we are out of stock of one size, and that's the size 4. So what you can do as an alternative is you can buy the 0, 1, 2, and 3 as single, or tell your Santa that they can buy the 0, 1, 2, and 3 as singles, and you'll still get the 10%. They'll still get the 10% discount. Or you can mix and match across the singles of the entire range, synthetics and sables. You can mix them up however you'd like. So as an alternative, to update your Christmas list, maybe go onto our website and pick out 3 or 4 or more of our brushes, and they can be purchased that way. We'll make you your very own set.
All right, so I'm going to mix a 50-50 mix of glaze and wash medium and red transparent.
Because to specifically answer your question, they will not be in stock before Christmas.
And this is still pretty
thick.
The
weapon rack is in stock, so you can get that one.
So I'm going to apply this over this silver.
You're out of frame. If you could move up just a little.
Oops.
Thanks.
Now,
looks pink.
Yeah, the red transparent, when you apply it thinly, it tends to turn more of a magenta color than it does like a hot fire engine red type color. Woo, sorry, my allergies are going crazy right now. Sneeze? No sneeze? Okay, no sneeze.
Lumberjack Tim. Hello. So is this red transparent?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is just red transparent.
With the glaze and wash medium?
Yep. And a 50-50 mix plus about a brush full of water to thin it down. So this is one way that you can do like a candy red. Now you can thin it down more as well if you want to. And you can go...
Could you maybe add orange to it or something to make it less magenta?
Yep. So if I were to go... thin it down. Let me see if I can pull some of this off. So I can reuse the shoulder pad. Without having to paint it silver again.
Panic bomb. Hello.
There we go. Back to silver, or mostly silver. So you can add... I typically like to add just a touch of yellow. So the transparent yellow here. So I'll put like a little dollop of this on my palette. And I can swing this forward. Actually, you guys can see it in the palette. And you can see, I'll grab a little bit of this here. Just a brush tips full. And then I'll mix it into the red transparent. And then all of a sudden, you have a much more red transparent color. And I'll thin this out a little bit more. And I'll throw it on top of the shoulder pad again. I left too much. See how it's kind of pooling on top of the shoulder pad? That's because I put a little too much on there. So I'm going to pull it away. And I'm going to build this up a little bit more.
Slavic would like to know if this is possible without transparency.
It will not look as good. This is one of the best ways for using the transparents because they go over completely transparent. You will see all of that metallic underneath. The thing with the regular acrylics is that when you thin down an opaque pigment, that pigment is still opaque. It's going to be covering some portion of this metallic, so it will look more dull than the transparent will. You'll have more brilliance with the transparent than you will with the non-transparents.
I know what he's talking about. He's talking about, yeah, the sour cream commercial. He said this will be a glaze workup, right? Building up slowly with thin coats.
Yep. The other way you can do this too is you can use the metallic medium instead if you want it to be even brighter. So if I paint this on my thumb, be painting my nails here.
Can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it? Oh, oops. I'm gonna let that dry.
Luker 40. Hello.
Hello! I'm gonna make my hand dry really fast. Alright, should be dry. Go for a second layer. On camera this time. You can see how like crazy intense the metallic is on this.
Now, what would happen if you put fluorescent red?
Oh, mixed fluorescent red?
Mm-hmm.
It would work too, because the fluorescent red is really transparent by nature.
Yeah.
So, we can even try it. You know what? We're going to try it. We're going to do the...
Ghost Hunter, you've never been. Jason paints his nails all the time.
Yep.
On stream.
You know what's really cool? Is I can feel when it's dry.
Yeah.
Like, I've never painted my nails before, so this is a new thing for me. But you can feel it. It's like it stops being cold.
Uh-huh.
It's neat. All right.
Friday. Available Friday. From us. Potentially sooner from a store. I don't know. Some of them have it. Or we'll be getting it any day now.
The fluorescents are really cool.
Title of today's stream is 4 More Days Until Fluorescents and Newsh.
Oh, I think Jason still has the... Does he have all the fluorescents over here, or do I have it? No? Oh, where did the bottles go? What the heck? Okay, I'll figure that out later.
Are you asking about metallic medium? Metallic medium is brighter than silver. Metallic medium is the brightest metallic.
Yeah, here. For comparison. I suppose I probably should have done this.
And remember, no dumb questions.
No. We do not have dumb questions here. So if that is the silver, that's the metallic medium. I have to keep on applying a couple extra coats of this because it's pretty transparent because it's mostly that super shiny metallic. Let me grab some of this fluorescent red.
Well, okay, so Panic Bomb, there are a few. I've had one in my life.
So this is how the previous one dried, by the way. So you can still see that sheen underneath the red. That makes it shiny. And then let me grab some more glaze and wash. Medium. We're going to mix this 50-50 as well.
Alex Does Mini said, how did you handle the transparent nature of fluorescent pigments?
I build it up over, so like on this, right? So I started with a white base coat. I applied the fluorescent over it with an airbrush. And then I mixed opaque paints into the fluorescents to do all of my highlights. And what it'll do is it will give you the effect of the fluorescent because the bulk of your midtone is all going to have that fluorescent color. But your highlights and shadows will help add additional contrast and will add dimension and shape to what you're painting. So I have this one in orange and I have this one in the pink and purple.
Slavic, I wouldn't call that a dumb question. I would say that it wouldn't be the smartest decision that a person could make to test that out. But if they're really truly curious, then...
So here's the fluorescent. Over the metallic medium. Get the excess off my brush here.
Game Delay said Treebeard Prince paints toy prototypes professionally, and he taught me that what Baby J is doing is called candy apple. He uses the airbrush to do on toys when going for uniform color over the surface.
And I mean, when you think of like a candy apple red, it's basically just like, if I recall, it's literally just metallic flake mixed with a transparent red pigment. Just tuned in to Baby J painting his nails. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, alright?
You keep going out of frame. We can't see anything you're doing. Is there not another model to do it on? I feel like we're not getting
The effect.
the proper effect because it doesn't seem like it's going as smoothly on your nail.
It's... Yeah, we can just do it on this again. I gotta grab more... So I'll do it on this leg right here. Oh, that didn't actually put... That was just a bubble. It wasn't paint, that was a bubble.
Gold under transparent red seems like it would make it probably a little warmer.
Mm-hmm. Gold is a good color to put under transparent red, too. I mix a lot of transparent brown into my metallics for golds and such. Gives it this kind of like deep, ancient-y kind of feel to it.
Alex says minis do apply a gloss varnish at the end.
You can. It's if you want it to be like, if I wanted this red to be really kind of glossy and have that shine to it, I can just paint on this gloss varnish here. And that's where you start getting
The gloss,
that kind
yeah,
of
I was gonna say the
candy
gloss
apple
seems
feel,
like
right?
that's what would give you that real candy coating look.
Because all of these like candy coat paints are they're all car paints typically,
Right.
and when you do that on a car, it's always clear coated with a super glossy finish coat over the top. So that's one of the best ways to do it. I base coated this this leg with silver before going with the metallic medium because it's so transparent. I don't want to spend 10 years trying to build up the metallic on it. In fact, I wonder, actually I have an idea. If I make a mix of gloss varnish, metallic medium, and transparent red. Oh, that's not transparent red. Transparent red, come back! I'm gonna add a touch to this yellow to make it that more red color. Add a bit more of that transparent red. I'm mixing this up on the palette here. This might get you a one and done over a white base coat. So if I do a white base coat with some bold titanium white that I have here, this is a fresh bottle, so I gotta crack it open. And then I actually have... Let's do it on the belly on this guy. For his butt. Do it on the butt.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, this is kind of my like generic test model that I use for everything. A lot of the time when I test out washes and glazes and stuff like that, Blob is my my test model, which is why he's got like a fluorescent red hand, and a gloss varnished faded plum.
And a leotard. Why is he wearing a leotard?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no answers for you. It is really
Now
weird.
looks like, now that it's white, it looks like a diaper or tidy whities.
Why did I know that it was Blob just from his bum? Well, I don't have an answer to that question for you.
It is kind of a blobby
Avian.
looking bum. Slavic said, can the metallic medium be added to opaque colors, or will they wash out the shine?
No, you can definitely add it. You can add the metallic medium to any color. You can add it to any color. Just remember that when you are mixing a metallic with an opaque color, you will get less shine than you had with just the metallic.
And mixing them will desaturate the
Correct.
opaque color a little bit.
Yep.
Like it won't be as vibrant. Because metallic medium does kind of look white.
Yeah.
The leotard has always been his uniform.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know. I don't know this character, so.
It's what is even his mutant power? Is it just like super strength or something? He's a mutant from X-Men.
Is he a wrestler?
Like he's a bad guy. No, he's just a maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. He can't be moved.
Being giant. Oh, that's really his. He can't move. He's a large lad.
He is a large
He
lad.
is a wrestler, kinda. It's like asking what Andre the Giant's superpower is. Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He's gonna look glorious with red candy underpants.
Heck yeah. I should just repaint this model and just have him have like candy red underpants. Or make his like leotard that color. And just send it. That's it. Now you all know what I'm doing for the rest of the week. I'm painting this guy's pants candy apple red.
Andre's superpower is drinking 119 12-ounce beers in a single sitting. Is that real? Did he do that? He did. Oh my god. And they probably looked like tiny little.
What am I should just airbrush this. I'm stupid.
You did that in your hometown, Tim? That's awesome.
Like, you know what would take a lot less time than hand painting white over this bright color? Just airbrushing it. How about we just do that?
And he farted for 16 seconds straight?
Alright.
Pint glass looked like a shot glass. Yeah, I would say it would be just very tiny. C-Drain, thank you for that follow. IDK, just Dave. Hello. And Slayer
What's up,
Streets.
Dave?
Hey, somebody likes us.
Oh, the 119 beers was on the Princess Bride? Like while they were making that? I love them in the Princess Bride.
Alright, that was way easier. Oops. Maybe I should just have thought about that from the get-go. Alright. Let me clean this out.
Oh, the fart was on the set of the Princess Bride? Love it. I would assume he probably was not even a little tipsy after that amount.
So now we can try this fancy schmancy mix. I'm actually gonna do metallic medium. Where are you? Metallic medium.
So
Here we go.
good.
We're gonna do
I love it.
1, 2, 3 drops. Gloss varnish. We're gonna go.
Are you still gonna brush this?
Two,
Because I know that
three.
was something that Avian said is that airbrushing
Yeah.
is not a thing. Okay.
Yep. I'm just using this to mix it, just
Okay.
so that I can get a non-watered down mix. 1, 2, 3 drops of red. So it's 3 drops of red, 3 drops of metallic medium, 6 drops of gloss varnish.
Just regular red or transparent red?
Transparent red. Sorry.
Transparent red.
And then, ooh, that looks really cool in there.
It's pretty.
And then we're gonna throw it on. Woo! Anybody ask for some candy coat? Because got some candy coat for you right here. Should probably not be using my crappy brush for this.
I'm sure it tastes like paint liquor.
But yeah, that is a really effective way to do candy coat. Man, that actually looks really cool.
That looks cool.
Let me get my brush back in here.
Avian, is this like closer to what you were hoping to achieve?
And the white undercoat is really important too.
226, 2 drops metallic, 2 transparent red, and 6 gloss. Yes.
It you could pare it down
3.
to 1 part. It's 1 to 1 to 2.
1 to 1 to 2.
So it's 1 part glaze and wash medium. Or no, I'm sorry, my brain's exploding. 1 part red transparent, 1 part metallic medium, 2 parts gloss varnish. Yeah,
I mean, it
226
all
can be.
exists, Tim. This is all stuff that we already have and make and is available right now.
Yeah, it was 336, which is the same as 112. You just cut it in half.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then you can adjust the color a little bit by just adding a touch more. Like if you wanted this to be more red and less magenta, like a hot rod red type color, add a touch of the yellow into the mix. I can even do it right here because I have the yellow transparent out. Just add like a brushful here, and just mix it in. And this will probably end up being closer to that kind of hot rod candy apple that you were looking for. We'll do it on the shoulder here. And then you can build up multiple layers of this as well, because this is still pretty thin and transparent. But the the transparent color has such good intensity to it that when you're not thinning it down, it mixes into this kind of stuff beautifully. So if this is too orange for you, then mix it with less yellow.
It might look a little more orange
Yeah.
than the stuff on the back, but it doesn't look orange.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do candy apple.
Awesome.
Alrighty. And now, were there any other? There was some other color questions that we had in there, right? Is there something, a demo that I missed?
I think that was the one.
Okay.
Let me see.
I think.
It was a while ago. So.
Alex, did I answer your question about the transparency? I remember.
How do you handle the transparent nature of fluorescent pigments?
Yeah, paint them over white and then mix opaque colors into them, and you'll have a really good amount of success with them. Let's see here. I'm gonna airbrush this cloak red really quick.
That's a Therapy Thursday question, Paint Liquor. We'll take your paint-related questions today.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab Bold Pyro Red. And for expediency's sake, I'm just gonna airbrush this right on top of what we got going on here. And I'm spraying, you can see I'm spraying down at an angle to avoid getting any of this on the black.
Yards, Tony, if you have the metallic set that the metallic medium was in it.
Yep.
Whether you still have any left, I don't know. Only one honk from the bus today. You're getting there. You're making progress.
Alright, so that's a nice color for the cloak. I'll clear this out of my airbrush really quick, and then we'll start hand painting some of the highlights on.
What are you going to bring for our potluck tomorrow, Jordan?
That's a good question.
I know.
That's a really good question.
It's a good question that I have as well.
I was thinking there's a dessert that I used to make. I cannot for the life of me remember the recipe. I have some vague remembrance of what it is, but it's an ooey gooey butter cake. Yep.
I'm a fan.
Yep. There's also another option. I would have to go down to Tempe and see if I can find... So there's a couple of different things I could do. Okay, so the one I'm thinking of, I forget the name of it. It's like a... I don't remember if it's like Vietnamese or Thai or Filipino or something. It's something in that like South Asia region, but it's like a sweet kind of coconutty, like kind of chewy, like cakey, like dessert treat. That's amazing.
You know it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to make a special trip.
I mean, Tempe's not that far away. But It's really, 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 really good. We used to make it back when I was living with Hayden back in the day, who was my roommate for a very long time when I lived in Washington, and is also my best friend for 20-something years. But we used to make it a ton.
Napkins. That's a safe one.
The other one that I could do too, which I would also need tapioca flour for, are the like the Brazilian cheese puff. Yeah,
those are good. Yeah,
those are pretty easy to get recipes for, and they're not super hard to
I've
make.
made those before. They have like hardly any ingredients. They're super easy to make them.
But I know that you do need tapioca flour to make them.
I believe I used a special flour of some sort.
Yeah.
That you can find at any grocery store.
Yes, yeah.
King's Hawaiian Rolls Ghost Hunter. I actually went to Costco on, I don't know, Thursday maybe last week, and got a big pack of those because I just love them. And so I was thinking
rolls.
about, okay, like what can I make out of those?
Yeah, what are you gonna make?
I don't know. I was gonna make like just like a layered bean dip. I don't know. I want to.
What are you well known for doing really, really good versions of?
I mean,
I remember that there was something that I've been
guacamole, but-
told.
I used to always be known for guacamole.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh.
But I don't like making it, and I don't love to eat it. So
What do you put in it, out of curiosity?
avocados and 2 different types of salsa.
Oh, you put
little-
salsa in it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lime juice, sour cream.
Oh, so yours is a pretty simple mix. Well, I guess it's salsa, so salsa has all the spices and stuff.
Yeah. We're having a potluck tomorrow.
I just made guacamole, not this last weekend, but the weekend before. It was very good.
That's true. What I am known for making is brush soap.
Oh my gosh.
We are not eating the brush soap.
I should make strawberry shortcake. That would be funny. All right, let me go steal the eclectic salmon really quick. I'm gonna steal a little bit of the eclectic salmon.
It's not supposed to taste good. It's soap. You're not supposed to eat it. You know, back in the olden days, it was a punishment to put soap in your mouth. Like if you said dirty words, you had to have your mouth cleaned out with soap, and you didn't like it. So stop eating the soap. For those
Stop
of you
eating
who
the
are
soap.
out there doing that.
You're not allowed to eat the soap, folks.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
All right.
It doesn't have food. Well, I guess it doesn't have food ingredients in it.
We're gonna take our eclectic salmon. Reuse it to highlight the red cloak.
Said a bad word and put the brush soap in your mouth, or was that backwards? No, that's the right order. You say something bad, you wash your mouth out with soap. Avian, it probably just depends on who was in charge of the mouth washing. In Christmas Story, he had to sit there with the bar of soap in his mouth.
Not a wonderful
For saying
experience, I imagine.
fudge.
I've never had to wash my mouth out with soap, but I can't imagine it tastes great.
No. What? Pork is the other white meat.
We got our fancy schmancy eclectic salmon.
You said a bad word after the soap, it cancels out. Yes. Clarktron said, as a kid, I put soap on my brother's toothbrush after a fight. As a punishment, my mom let him put soap on mine and forced me to brush my teeth with it. The fact that he was allowed to made it much worse. Soap surprisingly tastes exactly like soap. Yes, exactly. As expected. And paint probably tastes like paint.
I can't imagine it
Not
tastes
food. Nothing we make is edible.
No, it is not. Most certainly not.
But yeah, no, I don't exactly know what I'm going to make yet. But I have to go to the grocery store after I leave here, so I need to figure it out in
soon.
53 minutes.
we gotta figure out soon. All right, so mixing a little bit of bold titanium white into our eclectic salmon to get our nice highlight up. And then I'm going to end up bringing this highlight back down with a little bit of transparent red plus a little bit of fluorescent. I believe. We're going to try that out.
Ooh, I could make a fruit tray with fruit dip. That'd be good.
With fruit dip?
Mm-hmm.
What's a fruit dip?
Fruit dip is marshmallow, fluff, and cream cheese.
Mm.
And it's just a sweet, like almost like a cheesecakey, but like a dip consistency. It's very good. Is anything we make toxic? No. Ghost Center, you don't need to eat the paint. How is eating the paint helping you two brush blend? If you're eating the paint, then it's not on your brushes to blend.
Do I need to show you how to two brush blend without eating your brush? Because I'll do it. I did it. I am a reformed brush licker, okay?
Eclectic salmon is not a color. Candied apple is not a color that we make.
Correct. There are color mixes that you can make.
You're making a brown sugar wine with things around the house?
Oh man, that's another really good idea. Not that one, but the thing that just popped into my head as a result of the brown sugar wine.
What?
Baked brie with brown sugar and puff pastry.
Baked brie.
Yeah, I'd have to call my mom because she knows the recipe for it.
The only problem with baked stuff is that we don't have an oven.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Because I thought about that with my King's Hawaiian rolls. I could make sliders, but we don't have anything to cook them in. That would be kind of a bummer.
Well, I do have an apartment that's like
but
a 5-minute walk away, so I could like go home afterwards, heat it up, and then come back.
For yours, yeah. I'm not gonna have you do that for my stuff. Daughter has started crawling and getting into everything, so just wondering how concerned to be if she found her way into it. Well, I mean, she would probably make a big mess, which would be more of a concern.
Yeah, our paints are definitely non-toxic.
But they'll stain your stuff.
Yeah.
If they spill, they're gonna get on your carpet, and you're not gonna be able to get them out.
Yeah, edible and non-toxic are different things, folks.
Include that in your baby proofing.
Yeah, just because we say that you shouldn't eat the paint doesn't mean that it's toxic. It is not toxic, but by that same argument, just because it's not toxic doesn't mean you should eat it.
No.
Rocks are not toxic. Don't eat rocks.
Correct.
You just don't do it.
Yeah. Lots of things shouldn't be eaten.
Yeah, I was unironically taught to stick the brush in my mouth when I was painting at Privateer.
When what?
When I was at Privateer. That two brush blending is like their thing that they do as a studio, and it involves they have you use the saliva from your mouth on your brush, which is gross. And that's how they teach people to do it. I'm like, nah.
It's not the way.
It's not the way. You are correct.
Razor blades are non-toxic.
Yeah, razor blades are non-toxic. Don't want to eat those. So I'm putting in a couple of scratches here and there with this color as well, just to put a little bit of wear and tear on the cloak.
Oh, Fuker would like the 2-brush blending demo.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a moment.
Salt is a rock. Should I not eat salt? I mean, you shouldn't eat a whole rock of it.
So you can see I'm just kind of doing these little scratches.
Megalodon.
See if I can scooch in a little bit more. There you go.
That is not what you want to do.
Wait, we're getting brush licking stuff from Megalodon?
Megalodon said, I'm just learning how to use my mouth for brush care. I hope
For your
it's to not.
toothbrush?
I hope it's to not.
I hope we're talking about your toothbrush and nothing associated with a paintbrush or paint.
Alcohol is literally poison. I mean, I don't drink it.
I also don't really drink alcohol, to be honest with you. Never been my cup of tea. Getting all this. Who was it who wanted the demo for the 2-brush blending?
Fuker 40.
Fuker 40? Okay, cool. I'm going to do that here right now. Here, I'll do it on Blob, because I'm not really going to do any 2-brush blending on him right now. Okay, so 2-brush blending. We're going to do it on his belly. So we're going to take Payne's Gray, or in this case, Dark Jade, because I don't have Payne's Gray handy. You can do this with any color. The process will be the same. So you can do this with 1 brush, or you can do this with 2 brushes. It kind of depends on how you want to do it. I tend to prefer to do it with 1 brush, especially with our paints, because they stay so fluid on the model for a longer period of time. It's easier to work with when you're using just 1 brush. But you can do 2 brushes here. The general idea of what we're doing is you're going to have an applicator brush if you're using 2 brushes. So let's say this bigger one here. So I have a size 4 and a size 3. The size 4 is going to be my applicator brush, and the size 3 is going to be my blending brush. So the blending brush you want to have just be damp with water. Let me see if I can zoom in and get a shot of this kind of glistening a little bit so you can see how damp this thing is. But it has a little bit of water in it still. And then we're going to take our color with full opacity. So we're not thinning this down at all. And we're going to apply it into the recess. Okay. And then I'm going to hold on to this brush. And then I'm going to use my blending brush. I'm going to start with my brush away from the model, or away from the glob of paint. And I'm going to slowly move it in. And then I'm going to move it back out again. And then make sure that you rinse off your other brush. This is why I do it with 1 brush, because I don't like having this brush have random paint sitting in it while I'm doing the blending on the other brush. So what I'll do is I'll go in here, I'll get a damp brush, get some paint to apply. I'll throw it here in the recesses like this. Rinse it off. Dry it off on my palette, still with a damp brush. Go in with the back and back and forth motions just pull that paint back out. So move in, catch some of that paint on the tip of your brush, and then blend it back out. And then you can go the other way as well if you want to do your highlights. Let me pick a fun highlight color. Let's do a little bit of golden brown.
Do you ever use a third brush for more thinning or smoother blends?
Nope. Nope. Like I said, I only use one brush whenever I do this. So if we're going to start at the top of the shoulder, we're going to grab a little bit of this paint. We're going to stick it at the top of the shoulder like this. And then we're going to slowly blend it down. Over the shoulder. And then a lot of the time this will still be wet and you can still work it even after coming back again. One of the nice things about our paint is Acryl has a little bit longer open time than a lot of the other paints that you'll have on the market. So this will makes it even easier to use this technique for. And then you can go in, you can do kind of like this little curve in the muscle of the arm here. If I want to define that, I can lay that in right there. Rinse off my brush. Go back in and start to blend that back out. And now you have that kind of soft highlight in that area. And then if you want to bring it down even further, let's say that I wanted to pull this a little further down over the cap of the shoulder. Do the same thing. And then what I'll do here, because I pulled it down a little too far, I'll just push it back up with a damp brush. Are there any questions about how this works or any clarification type things that people want to have?
I mean, there are people asking, I think, silly questions.
Oh, okay.
Would you be able to use Newsh with it though? Would that help, or like glaze and wash medium?
You can
Could that
totally
help?
use Newsh. Yeah. In fact, I was doing this exact technique with Newsh mixed into my colors for when I was painting the Fallen Divinity on stream last week. Was it when I was painting the Fallen Divinity, or was I done by then?
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Phoenix Mercer just got here. What's up? This is Jordan's beautiful paint job.
Yep. Don't worry about it.
He's worked really hard all stream.
Yep.
On this.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I haven't totally been working on this
So
guy
instead.
instead.
You've missed all of that.
You missed all the fun,
we're
Phoenix.
encouraging him. We're saying, Jordan,
Just go for it.
Your painting skills are really coming along.
They're really coming along. You've got that go get it attitude.
As you were painting it, I was just looking at the model. I'm like, it's crazy to watch you doing this like technique that looks really cool on a model that looks like it got into the hands of a 5-year-old.
Yeah. It's sometimes you just gotta.
No, I love it. He's my favorite. Wait, what is Newsh? Newsh is a new product that is coming out on Friday, and it is a weathering medium.
I can just show you guys.
Yeah, we're calling it. It's not well. The little tagline on the bottle is "It's not really an oil wash," or "I can't believe it's not an oil wash." Something like that.
Here,
something along those lines.
where is it? What?
It's our not an oil wash.
Wait, where'd it go? Ah, right in front of my face. Right. Yes, we have Newsh. Can't believe it's not oil wash.
Can't believe it's not oil wash.
Newsh, acrylic weathering medium. So it's our take on a subtractive weathering medium that you can use that has a long open time. You can mix any colors that you want into it.
It wasn't actually Ghost Hunter, but you're very attached to this name, so I have a tip for you. You can take a Sharpie and you can cross out the actual name and you can write Super Poop on it if you want. And then your bottle is a one of a kind.
We're going to mix a little bit of burnt orange in to our about 12 small drops of Newsh. So this will be a 6-to-1 mix right now. And then we're going to mix it on up.
Phoenix Mercer, what are you not getting until next year? You should definitely keep the Super Poop and food away from each other. You don't want them. You could try asking for that on an order note. You could ask us to write Super Poop in Sharpie, but our fulfillment team doesn't always they don't always see the notes, and when they're really strange, they don't really know what to do with them sometimes.
So you can see here how I'm taking this a little bit at a time. This is a little bit of a different application than how we were doing it on these larger mechs, where we just basically spray painted the whole thing teal or turquoise and then threw a big glob of a mix of burnt sienna and Newsh on top of it and then wiped it all away and then did a little bit of highlights after. It leaves you this like really cool kind of grungy weathered effect, which I also did on these cool Terminators. Did that same exact technique to get that weathering effect. It's nice and grungy and dark. But here, I'm applying it in really small amounts because I just want it to sit lightly in the recesses of some of these armor panels. I'm going to paint it here into that leg. And then I'm going to take the makeup sponge.
Phoenix Mercer, I still am not understanding what you're saying. And Ghost Hunter, that's awesome. I'm glad that you buy from your FLGS, but it's going to be a DIY Super Poop label then for you. You're going to have to get your Sharpie.
So I'm kind of throwing this a little bit more on the leg just because I want the leg to be a little bit more messed up and dirty. I'm just kind of getting in there and wiping all the excess material away. You can see it still sits in those crevices, which is exactly what I want.
We're not, I mean, we're taking Thanksgiving off. But we're still releasing all of our Black Friday stuff on Black Friday as planned. Nothing is delayed. I feel like you got some misinformation, Phoenix.
And I'm pulling the sponge in such a motion where it will leave the most amount of that paint mixture in the recesses as possible. Because I don't want to remove all of it. Just want to remove kind of that excess from the surface.
Hopefully you'll eat a lot of Thanksgiving food. Hang out with people that you like. That are three-dimensional, because hopefully you like us too and you like hanging out with us, but the three-dimensional people are important too. Yeah, there might be some people that you don't like as well.
I'm going to do a little bit of this here on the white. Because I want that kind of dirty white. And the more of this you apply at one time, the longer it's going to stay open. And by stay open, I mean the longer it will stay wet and workable. And open time is something that we refer to a lot in the art world as how long something will stay wet and workable.
I mean, we're not to you, Ghost Hunter. We are here, but to you guys, we're not. Alex, thanks for hanging out.
See you, Alex.
Songer wants to know how long you need to wait before painting over it.
It
Until
doesn't
it's dry.
Yeah, until it's dry. It's going to depend on how much you apply in one given area, but it shouldn't take more than, if you leave it for half an hour, it'll usually be dry. But it can stay active in a paint pot for a very long time. I mean, I had paint pots last week that I had left overnight and came back to the stream the next day, and I could still paint with them, which was pretty crazy. So that kind of just goes to show how I was talking about, the more you have in volume mixed up, the longer it will stay active for.
Darth Mullen, he's showing our upcoming product called Newsh, which is the not an oil wash that he's been using for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes out on Friday.
It does come out on Friday.
Nutrimentia, what happens if you mix Newsh and glazing?
I like that Baby J's rocking pink nails.
Just one.
Just one. I have a silver nail too. Don't mind that one. What do you mean by mixing Newsh and glazing? Are you talking about mixing Newsh and the glaze and wash medium? Is that what your question is?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. It won't really do anything because both of those have no pigment in them. They're both mediums. The glaze and wash medium is designed for you to mix into your opaque paints to give you more transparency. And it helps for making washes and things like that. This is designed for you to have that longer open time and designed for you to use these weathering type techniques with it. So they just have different uses. I wouldn't use them together necessarily. But it's kind of cool. This is the first time that I've really used this in such a subtle application.
It looks really good.
Yeah, instead of doing the big kind of all over wash, we're taking it and applying it in very small amounts, removing it in small amounts.
They're very distinct. They have two completely different labels on them.
Yeah, yeah. And then here we can throw some into this metal part to show a little bit of rust.
Mix this Newsh and glaze wash medium. The two cancel each other out. He's left with regular paint. No, they just disappear. They cancel each other out. Poof, gone. Nothing.
Poof, gone. No more of any of that. So here's where I'm going to flood a little bit more of this into the recesses because I really want to get these in the, or this into the vents here. Adding more to that area, and then I'm gonna
off screen. Off
oh,
screen.
sorry, thank you. There needs to be like a buzzer that's attached to it that just goes, Jordan, you're off screen. Every time.
That would be me. I'll do that from now on.
Do it. Do it. We're gonna hit the top here. See if we can't get a little bit of this into the recesses.
Spatsnat, I'm not sure I understand. So you'd be interested to know if mixing some glaze wash medium shortens the drying time, but longer than just the glaze wash alone.
Newsh will give you a significantly longer open time than any other medium that we sell.
Well, no, there's no Newsh in this.
I'm using Newsh right now.
No, the question.
Oh, God. Okay.
Said I would be interested to know if mixing some glaze wash medium shortens the dry time, but longer than just the glaze wash alone. Oh, mixing Newsh. No, you don't want to mix the Newsh and the glaze wash medium.
No, there's no reason to mix them both.
No reason to mix them. Newsh makes it. Newsh does not shorten the dry time. It extends the dry time. It's the opposite. It makes it stay wet longer so that you can move it around longer.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Thank you for the follow.
Canon Navarez 1988. I did my best.
I did my best.
I might have missed an O in there.
All right. Yeah, so I think that looks really, really cool. It's a nice, dirty effect. I'm actually going to throw some on the kneecap here. Or the shin, I should say. I guess technically it's both. Because he's got no kneecaps on this armor.
Nerdy B15, can you get a stronger stain effect if you let the Newsh dry a bit on the model?
Yes. Also, you can add more paint. So the more paint that you add to your mixture, the stronger the tint or the filter will be on your model, or the stain. You can also reduce the amount of staining that happens by gloss varnishing your model first, because it will lower the toothiness of the paint that you're painting the Newsh over. Because when you have a matte paint, it has more teeth, which means it's going to have more recesses, kind of microscopic recesses for that paint pigment to sit in, which is why if you do a wash over a super matte finish, or you do a wash over a glossy finish, you're going to get two different results with the same exact wash, even if the colors underneath are also the same exact colors. You'll get way more tinting on the matte version than you will on the gloss, because the gloss is so smooth. There are less recesses for that paint to stick into at a microscopic level, so it's not going to tint as much.
So if Newsh drying time is too long, but you want something longer than just the glaze wash drying time, I mean, I guess. But why would you need that? Because with Newsh, you're removing a lot of it.
Yeah, it doesn't take as long to dry as you would think it does. Because like this part here on the chest,
thing. It's like it's meant to be able to give you the effect of oil wash at a much faster dry time.
Correct.
Than oil wash, but
correct.
Longer open time than just regular paint.
Yeah. You can mix a little bit of glaze and wash, but it's not going to do the same thing that Newsh will give you, because Newsh is going to give you the ability to just straight up remove paint from the model. Like you can apply it and you can remove it, and then it will, like, there just won't be paint there anymore.
Megalodon, have a good night.
Bye, Megalodon. Yeah, this weathering looks really cool on this guy right now. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, Nerdy, we're really excited too. It's an awesome product, and it is. I mean, we'll have videos showing different ways to use it because it is something new.
Yeah, I've been using it like crazy on stream.
Yeah,
Like I have like
Jordan's
this
a
whole
fan.
army. Like I have a ton of these guys that I've been working on specifically with the intention of using the Newsh on it. Out of focus. There we go. But I am having a blast painting this Black Templar though. This is super fun. So
It might explode. I don't know. I don't know what would happen.
I don't know what would happen. Alright, just mixing up another highlight here for this cloak.
But Game Delay, do you have the glaze and wash medium? Because I think that is going to accomplish that.
Just putting all these little scratches on the cloth here, adding a ton of texture to make it look really interesting.
That looks really good.
Adding a little bit more towards the edge of the cape. And then I can even do a little bit of that Newsh on the cape as well, which will be kind of interesting. I'm going to use it to add some like stains to the cloak. Like it had been run through the mud. Put these nice little highlights on there. I think that's a pretty good place for that cloak to be. I might want to do a little bit of a transparent red glaze over it. I don't know. I think that kind of looks cool as is.
Looks really neat.
I don't know if I do want to do that transparent glaze. I do want to add a little bit of highlights here on the outside of the cloak here, or the inside rather, that you can see from the front, just to give it a little bit more texture and visibility from the front. You can still see it.
Phoenix, yes, someday. It won't be called that probably, but yes, someday. No, that's a real color that's coming.
Yeah, Phoenix. Eclectic salmon is a color that exists.
Does not exist yet.
In here. Like I have it.
Well, that's not the
here.
official color. That's
But it's not the official
Jason's
color.
mix.
But it
Right?
will be
That's
similar
not a
to
sample,
this.
is it?
No.
No. Yeah, it's just the one Jason mixed. Okay.
No, it's his mix. But it is a color we intend to make. Because it's awesome. Okay. Alright, so I want to add. I might as well use some of what's in here. Add drop of brown transparent, I think. Mix that on up again. Might have to add a little bit more Newsh. Move this out of the way so you guys can see me mixing this. Ooh. Oh gosh.
Not now, they aren't, Ghost Hunter. We don't have that kind of technology. Takes time. Like 50 years at least.
And we're gonna do a dot of black. Transparent. Oh, that's a lot of black. Transparent. Okay. It'll be fine. Or something. How about some more burnt orange? We'll fix it. Much more Newsh. This is what happens when you're silly and you mix or you add too many dots of black transparent on accident. So now we have this kind of like brownish, orangey, like dark orangey brown that we're going to use on the cloak. We're just going to go boop, 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 boop.
Game delay, I'm hurt.
Then we're gonna go.
Of course we're trying. We care about you guys.
That got a little bit too far up. You guys laughing at my booping over here?
No.
Making
Game
silly
delay
boop
said
noises?
sometimes when you talk about the time it takes to develop plaid paint, I get suspicious that you're not actually even trying.
Oh, we're trying.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we're definitely trying. Sorry, I'm sorry it's not on your
Very
schedule,
advanced,
but
it's advanced technology.
yeah, unreleased advanced technology. We have to like make it from the ground
We
up.
don't, you know, but we're definitely trying.
I'm just adding a little bit more dots here to the bottom of the cloak. The cloak. And then I'm just taking a damp brush and kind of smooshing them around towards
Professional
the bottom.
paint liquor, that's just because we care extra. Because we don't want you to harm yourself. So don't go there.
Cool.
We care a lot
We got a
about
nice
all the painters.
and dirty cloak.
But if you put professional paint liquor in your name, then we're extra concerned about you. Game really was also laughing about your booping.
Booping? Yeah. I make lots of boopy noises sometimes. Don't worry about it. It's totally normal.
D Margarita, thank you for the follow.
Thank you, D. Margarita.
Margarita.
Margarita. So yeah, this is a really nice, quick application for Newsh. A lot of fun. And actually brighten up some of these shoulder pads a little bit with a little bit of bold titanium white. I kind of prime this surface again so I can put a transfer on it. Or rather, I can't put a transfer on it because I don't have one. I'm going to hand paint the icon for Black Templar. Which I might have to have you pull up for me, Jen, because I don't remember exactly what it looks like.
Scott Radham, I don't know the movie. I don't really get the reference, but it really is funny the way you said it. He said, "Do you guys ever wonder about the paperwork, political upheaval, and international intrigue that would come with an actual Godzilla attack on Tokyo? Me either. Shin Godzilla the movie absolutely stinks." That's hilarious.
It's not something we think about very often,
Okay,
but you know, now that you mention it,
Is it just a movie about like the people in the office like trying to deal with Godzilla?
that would be hilarious.
They're having meetings about it.
Like, so, in the event that we have a Godzilla attack today, make sure that you pull the fire alarm and try to not die by the building being destroyed by this big scary monster.
Your Stoney said, "Don't let them lie to you. Plaid paint is only available for the Super Diamond Plus members. First, you need to buy the paint, then get 3 friends to buy the paint, then 3 of their friends need to buy it. That gets you to platinum. From there, it's just a grind to Super Diamond Plus. You got to build your network. Here. Your what do you call it? Your up chain and down chain. It's a movie about meetings. Yes." People in the office just trying to deal with Godzilla.
Hi. You missed out on some cool, subtle Newsh application on this Black Templar guy today.
That was the timing on that, because we were talking about the Godzilla attack.
That's actually so funny.
Were you really?
Yeah. We
Seriously?
literally just were.
Because we were talking about apparently a movie called Shin Godzilla.
Yes.
Where
there's a new one coming out too.
It's a movie about the meetings they would have about an actual real-time Godzilla attack. Like if you ever wondered about the paperwork, political upheaval, and international intrigue that would come with an actual Godzilla attack on Tokyo. We were just talking about how it would be a movie about just people sitting around having meetings in the office.
There's a Godzilla movie coming out, something Zero.
I know there's a new one coming out. I know nothing about it.
It looks really good. I don't know if it's a Shin, but it's a Toho or whatever it is.
People in the office just trying to deal with Godzilla, like, damn, the power's flickering again. Hold off on those copies.
Yeah, that was Shin Jason. Shin Slow Fuse. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's the Black Templar logo? Is it just the cross with the like the?
It's an iron cross.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi. How are you?
Hello, everyone.
Paint liquor, you don't get a kiss if you lick paint.
Nope. No, you do not.
You can't have it.
You, in fact, do not get a kiss if you're doing that.
What?
Professional paint liquor said, "What? I don't get a kiss?" I said, "No, because you lick paint.
Yeah.
You don't want to get that in there."
There you go. Nice Blues chat, a kiss. I think the movie about dealing with slow fuse would be more like, hey, we got only 6 hours. Someone should put out that fuse. And then they put out the fuse.
Like, just send them outside?
Like, why? That's very mean. That's very mean.
Omicron Samurai said, "I just came into screaming." So did Jason.
Well, he came in and was screaming.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, not sorry.
You're definitely not sorry about it, that's for sure. I'd be surprised
You
if
don't
you were
seem
sorry
sorry.
about it. You made it back.
Somebody said,
Just
yeah,
in time.
Jason, that Godzilla movie rules. Is it out? The Zero? Godzilla Zero or whatever it is? Is that one out? I just saw it as a preview. So it made it seem like it was coming in 2024, so I didn't know if it was out or not. But I'm very interested in it. Plus, there's the thing that's out right now, I think just yesterday or the day before, that is the Godzilla Kong universe about the bureau that tracks him down, John Goodman.
No, I was not aware of this.
I think it starts with an M. I can't remember what it is. Monarch, professional paint liquor. On Apple Plus. Yeah. Has anybody seen it? It says not bad, but only 2 episodes.
Oh, it's a show.
I need to watch. Yeah, it's like they're taking that whole universe and making more monsters, and so they don't have to just focus on Godzilla.
Oh, interesting. That's neat.
World of Monarch stuff. They're pulling a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
True.
With all the Toho monsters.
These are things that Jason watches without me.
There's a reason.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. By my choice. He watches
There's
them
a
without
reason.
me.
You don't like the monster films?
No. Don't.
That's fair.
Oh, okay. Scott Radham says the Godzilla movie is out November 17th to December 1st, depending on where you live, or much earlier if you steal from the internet, which, wink, wink, he would never do.
No.
But he's already seen it and says it's a great movie. So I'm confused
Well, November
and conflicted.
17th has already happened.
Huh?
November 17th has already happened. It's the 20th today.
Oh.
So we're going to just leave it at that. You don't need to confirm
I keep
or
thinking
deny
it's last
anything.
week.
Me too. I just had the realization that I totally accepted that the 17th was in the future without even thinking
I
about
did.
it until Jen just mentioned
I
it.
did. And then I
Oh,
looked at my
man.
watch and it's the 21st.
Yeah.
Like, I continually think that it can't be this late in the year.
Yards, Tony, it's the opposite.
Oof, duh.
The opposite. I was not a fan.
You saw it in the theater, then stole it to watch it some more. It looks amazing. Like it's like rubber suit Godzilla, but done with modern stuff and not rubber suit. It looks amazing.
That's cool.
Jen's looking at me like, well, I hope you have fun with
You can
that.
go see it with Jordan.
It'll be nice.
You know what? Unironically, I would be down.
Dude, we should do that.
Or,
I would. That would be
or
so much fun.
take Carter and William.
We should take some nerds from the building and go watch
I'll go and watch the Taylor Swift movie again.
Godzilla 0 for the third time. We'll see if it's at the same theater. That way we can all go
Yeah.
together.
It's the 20th today.
We came up with a good.
Oh, I have 21% power left.
Oh, see, that's where it tricks you sometimes.
Yeah, sorry. It says Monument the 20th.
I didn't even hear you say the 20. I didn't even hear you say 20 to the 21st.
My watch is very
Dave Delay
misleading.
did.
Telling time is hard, guys. It says Mon 20 and then 21.
Mon 20, like
Monument
like
20.
Monument.
You want to hear something really funny? In our meeting that we had earlier today, I definitely wrote the date as November 21st.
Did you?
Yeah. It is not in fact the 21st.
No.
So I'm
20th.
reading The End and the Death, and in it time has stopped,
Oh.
which they do a really horrible job of explaining how that
explaining.
even works. But
Yeah.
so somehow, because chaos and the MacGuffin have
Some
made time
work
stop,
stuff.
so time has stopped, and all sorts of weird crap is happening, and things are transposing themselves into other realities, and it's really crazy the way it's all coming out. So that must be happening here because it's both the 21st and the 20th and the 17th,
Yep.
or pre-17th, all at the same exact time.
Well, we can in fact say that it is both the 21st and the 20th right
Yeah,
now.
that works.
Without lying.
That works because it is the 21st someplace.
Correct. I believe so.
So my watch is right. I'm just sympathizing with the Aussies.
I was gonna say it's for sure the 21st in Australia.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can be
'cause
confident of that.
they're what, 12 hours ahead?
Yeah.
15 hours ahead, something like that?
Like 16.
How many?
16, yeah.
A lot.
That's like,
Deadbeat says, I'm still foggy on why time had to stop for the story to happen. So time is a man-made construct. You can't stop it, turns out. If things are still moving, there is still time. There. Drop the mic. Call those stupid astrophysicists that are trying to be Hollywood stars. And tell them I got this.
Yeah, it's like 18 hours.
Yeah. Is it 18 now?
Well, it's
Depends on where.
it's almost 10 o'clock a.m. in Sydney.
Yeah.
this guy looks rad.
You having fun with him?
Yeah.
Why are you painting a Black Templar?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Microwaves over the oven in our kitchen both have a clock. Normally, you can get the right time from one of those, but when the microwave is counting down from 5 minutes and the oven has preheated to 350, Sunday afternoons get confusing. 5 is 4. Yes. We don't either.
Yeah, we don't switch our clocks here either.
Yes. Something in common with Saskatchewan.
Anti-daylight
we
fans
look
unite.
at daylight saving and we're like, psst, we don't need that. That is a waste of time.
Who needs any of that? Daylight savings time. Daylight. savings
Anthony R
time.
says waiting. What for? What was there a message up above?
Oh.
Make sure we didn't miss a question. Oh, Monarch. Okay, gotcha. Waiting for your eps. You like to binge watch. Gotcha. He was talking about the Monarch show.
Oh.
He's waiting for all of them to come out so he can binge watch the whole thing, which
Gotcha.
I like that a lot more, but I don't have time for that.
Yeah, because it is partly in New Mexico too. Omicron. It's not fully contained in Arizona.
Mexico doesn't do daylight savings time either? Like the whole country? They just moved the sign from one side of town to the other. That's awesome.
I'm not sure what gave me the urge to want to paint a Black Templar guy, but
It looks good.
I'm happy I did.
I don't know 30 coins.
30 coins.
It says 30 coins season 2 has some great visuals. Their depiction of hell is super cool.
I'm gonna go lock up.
30 coins. So I got to figure out what I'm making for tomorrow, Jason.
Making? Yep. Food-wise?
Yep.
Strawberry shortcake.
You know what's funny? I did bring that up as a potential.
It's the only answer.
Well, I was also thinking of the Brazilian like cheese balls, which are also really.
You
really
said
good.
balls.
I did say balls.
A Brazilian cheese ball?
Yeah, like you go to like Fogo de Chao or any other Brazilian steakhouse, they oftentimes have.
What am I, rich? I don't eat at Fogo de Chao.
I don't know.
Hell, you going to Fogo de Chao like on a Tuesday?
No.
Oh.
I go to other places. I go to Novulos
We pay
on
this guy too
Tuesdays
much.
when I lived in Washington.
The I like. You said cheese. I'm okay with cheese.
You never had the cheese balls?
I probably have. I don't know.
Okay. They're like kind of like doughy, chewy, just like Parmesan flavored.
Jay, you never made it to dessert at Fogo. Do they have dessert?
It's not a
I'd
dessert
already
thing.
passed out by the time they got the meat sweats. By the time they brought the big rack of like steak over to the table the third time. Clarkatron says Brazilian cheese balls are fantastic.
Yeah. And they're really easy to make.
Brigand says I get a Georgian cheese boat. I don't know what that is. The meat sweats. 30 Coins is an HBO Spanish show. Season 2, Paul Giamatti is the bad guy. 30 coins refer to the coins Judas was paid to sell out Jesus. It's super interesting. You say it's like it's in Spanish? Or it was made in Spanish and now it's dubbed or something? Look up Georgian cheese boat. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to do that.
I'm afraid. I am not Googling that. I don't need to be on any more FBI lists.
True. Stay away from those.
Game Delay says those two words in combination are more likely to make me a vegetarian than any rational argument. The meat sweats. Wimp. Brigand says it's food, don't worry. Are you guys, Lumberjack asked if we're getting the Death Dealer from Mineworks. I'm not sure. Gabriel, I have strong physical reactions to ideas. Good God, man, reading has got to just absolutely torque you off. Like, have you ever read a fantasy or sci-fi book? Ghost Hunter says, I've never made it to Fogo. We went during restaurant week once. Here. It's up in Scottsdale. There may be another one, but...
I've not been to Fogo, but I have been to other Brazilian steakhouses. I just know that this one exists around here, so it was a good reference point. I don't even know if they served the cheese ball things.
It's a type of flatbread with cheese and egg. I'm interested. We have the potluck paint night tomorrow after work.
Yep, I am excited.
Scott says, are you guys bringing any minis to LVO? Yes.
We most certainly will.
Yes. We've been bringing them to the shows.
Yeah.
Slayer Street asks, how was game night Friday? I got my butt kicked in Magic all night long.
Oh.
So it was horrible.
By whom?
Everyone.
Who was the most...
I was picking random decks that I had never piloted before.
Oh, yeah.
And all of my random decks hated me. I got mana flooded or mana screwed every game. Like, the first game I played, I got... I won't say flooded, but I had a lot of mana that I didn't need because all the cards in my hand that could do anything were cards that needed, like, a particular card type out to do anything. And I didn't have those other card types.
Yeah. What commanders did you play?
I don't remember.
Okay.
None that made me happy.
That's fair.
I played a dragon one and didn't draw a single dragon.
Well, that seems like not the way that should be happening.
Yeah, and got absolutely mana screwed on that one too. You're a proponent to removing time zones and having a global clock. Time zones you need if you're going to expect that that all humans are meant to work during the daytime. And there's a lot of physiological stuff that proves that that's the case. We're supposed to be up and active in the light and sleep in the dark. There's a lot of stuff that goes down to like your body's cellular reproductive capabilities are physically active from like, I don't remember what it was, 1 to 3 a.m. when you should be in your deepest sleep. Well, somebody was saying get rid of time zones altogether.
Oh.
I say it as a joke, but I don't think that's a possibility.
No.
I do think that daylight savings time is a thing that should go away. China has one time zone. Well, it says, could you let my body know that? What, that you're supposed to sleep at night? Yeah, Tim, but we're too far along for that. You couldn't get an entire world of nearly however many billion people we are right now to decide that just because it's dark, it's daytime.
Yeah, that would not work very well.
Or vice versa. It's noon, but it's really midnight. I don't think you could get a whole world to do that. What they would do is they would set their clocks differently, which is exactly what time zones are, so that's not how that works. So, you're already stuck with that.
Did you see the question from Scott Radham asking if we're bringing minis to LVO?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Time to go home and lick your paints. Have fun. I mean, wait. Don't do that. I mean, go home, but skip the licking part.
Don't eat the paint.
That sounds weird when I say it out loud.
Don't eat the paint. Don't forget, everyone. Don't eat the paint.
Game Jelly says, I think if you have a dragon deck, you're supposed to draw dragons. Your kids would call that a skill issue. I did too. I was like, get good, scrub, and then I picked another deck. And that deck also failed me. So I picked a third deck, and again, that deck failed me. So I'm going back to goblins. I played a burn deck and saw one burn card. I literally have like 60 burn cards in that deck. I saw one. How's that even possible?
You know what eat means. This is a very basic concept. Paint is not for eating.
Paint is not for eating.
Camel Driver says, working with that brush that has bristles in all direction and then achieves such stellar results is just showing how bad I am. It should be illegal. Much love. Is he got like random bristles forking off?
Well, is it?
I don't
Are you
think so.
doing the noosh on it? Or
He smacks his model pretty hard a lot of times and
Yeah.
squibs paint around, and so the bristles might splay off to the side for
Yeah.
a couple of brush strokes, but it's not It's not causing him any issues.
Mm-mm. I've been painting this way for a long time.
Paint liquor, have a good one. Professional paint liquor, that is. Real
He
paint
is
liquor.
A professional.
That's what we need. Is we need the real paint liquor, professional paint liquor, and brush liquor.
Talk to them.
Talk to
That's
these
not my
guys.
job.
They're in charge of that.
I can't fix that.
Brigand, we don't do any commissions. We're the paint manufacturer, so we just paint and talk to you, chat, and give you techniques and things to try. Why orient the clock around the sun? That's literally what it's for.
Yep.
You get up in the morning no matter what number on the clock. Not true. Talk to people that work late shift. Not the case.
Scott, yes, absolutely. And Jordan asked me about this. Bringing this stuff to LVO for the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Or
coming to the booth
Yes.
and getting using your redeeming your gift card
yes,
at
Scott.
the LVO booth for sure.
We can do that. Just come find me while I'm at the booth, and we'll get you sorted.
Helmet driver, thank you so much.
You're gonna have to give him a secret code word in private
That's true.
because now everybody heard that and they just whoever's first.
I'll just message
his
him on
name.
Discord.
Game delay. If you decide to sit down and play, we affectionately call Magic Commander OPBS because it's all overpowered BS.
It's accurate.
Everybody's deck in Commander can beat everybody else's deck. It's just a matter of who draws their combo quicker, right?
He did paint a fat butt earlier.
Baby J painted a fat butt earlier in the stream.
Boom!
The blob.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're working on showing people how to make like a candy apple red.
The poor blob.
And
He really is.
blending.
Blending.
Two-brush blending.
We
Poor-
did two-brush blending
Poor blob.
without sticking your mouth
Brush in
in
your
your
mouth?
pen. Yeah, there we go.
Slayer Street, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
Well, I think
Brigand commissions. Yeah, no. It's a Black Templar Terminator captain from the Leviathan box. He's doing up right now. We paint all sorts of stuff. We do. I'm working on these guys right now.
Gorgers.
Gorger Mall
Gorgers.
Pack.
Yeah.
I came in over the weekend and did some work on these guys. I painted their fingernails.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time working on my Horus Heresy army, which is what these are from, on stream. So I wanted to take a break, do something different. We painted this guy up last week, Silver Surfer, and I don't know, painted these guys a little while ago. We got all sorts of stuff.
Frankly, Fragments asks, what's a tip you find super useful that other professionals often overlook?
That's a good question.
I think that the thing that most people overlook is the part that you have gotten. We talked about it this morning in a meeting. It's the part that we as painters take for granted. It kind of happens subconsciously, and most of that is between what happens between the rinse cup and the palette with your brush.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of all of everything that happens prior to putting the brush on the model is what 90% of paint tutorials forget to tell you. And that's a bummer because that can be the largest part of why you're not having it click for you when you go to do what the painter is doing, right? It's not as simple as take the color, do this on the model. A lot of it is prepping that, making sure the brush load is correct. The brush technique doesn't start when the brush touches the model. It starts when the brush goes in your hand. And I think that there's probably about 50% of brush technique that never gets talked about because it is really subconscious, nobody's fault. It's just we rinse the thing, we put it in the paint, we wick it off, we get it all prepped, we put it on our thumb, and then we go paint the model. And because that process is very hard to capture on camera during the process of filming, painting the model, it just gets missed.
Yep.
So it's both from a logistical issue because it takes so much space. It's the thing that covers the most space on your desk is that part of your brushwork that isn't even really brushing on something.
Well, and even something like, why do you use a thumb palette? And it's like, because I get a point on my brush with my thumb palette, and I remove excess paint at the same time, so I got a really nice sharp point.
Yeah, it's Tony, not Iceman, in quotes. I think that Iceman looks fantastic.
Me
He
too.
just has a very weird ice sled. It looks
Yes.
more like a surfboard, which is a
yes.
little, a little plagiarizing there.
Hey, you know what? I didn't sculpt it.
Game Delay is hired as our new marketing specialist. What's a tip that you find super useful? Use Pro paints. Most professionals know that, though. Ghost Hunter, yes. Brush in hand, not in mouth. I mean, if you paint with your mouth, I'm not judging.
I would like to see that.
But it would be the non-paint loaded end
The
that goes
handle.
in your mouth.
Handle end.
Yes, the handle. You know, it's weird, because isn't the entire brush a handle?
Up the top.
Not doing it, folks. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not even going to try that. That's not even going to be a challenge I
You like
take
can't
part
even
in.
see it.
You don't handle it by the bristles, so no.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. It just feels like it's just a stick.
Yeah, it is. It
The
is
whole
a stick.
thing's a handle. Which part of a stick is the handle? Yes.
Yes.
All of it.
All of it.
Mm-hmm. Like a
The
baseball
brushes
bat.
taste way better than the handle. You people.
Come on.
You guys are doing it just wrong. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. Today's the day I'm saying it. You're doing it wrong.
You do.
Oh, did you want to?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you want to paint?
See ya. Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are past our 4 o'clock ending time, so I'm gonna close us out here. Jen's gonna throw in all of those links that you guys can check out, like our store link where you can find all the fantastic and amazing paints that we've been using on stream. That has an upside down label, so we're gonna show you that one. Like
Yours will all have right side up labels, we promise.
yes, these you will not find.
Those are vintage retro.
They're vintage
collector's
retro
editions.
bottles. But thank you guys so much for showing up and being here with us today. We had a great time. Make sure you check out all the links. Our FALGS link to find a local game store near you. Our Discord link is a great place for you to hang out, has questions, get good feedback on pictures of your painted models, and also just generally hang out and have cool nerd talks with people. And we are going to go ahead and find somebody to raid. Make sure you hang out. If you like what you saw and you want to follow up again with us, make sure you click the follow button. We do stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. All times are going to be the same. It's from 2 to 4 Mountain Standard Time. I know that's a weird time, but look it up. Just Google Arizona time. You'll find it. Thank you guys again, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.